rather than copy it, than not buy the record and not copy it. That's all, yeah. And just sort of be happy that it's, you know, I take it as an indication of that you're doing the right thing as far as the audiences are concerned, you know.
There was a recent batch actually in Tower Records of somebody, some big artist, the entire cassette division, or the album, or both, were all imposters. They were all made to look just like the real thing, but they were not.
Well, that happened with Beatles records too a few years ago.
The real big time bootlegging.
Yeah, that was real.
Yeah, it was real.
The Rolling Stones have always been called a real street rock and roll band. Over the years, as success has come to you, how have you maintained a sense of
I can perhaps answer that.
10 years as a junkie keeps you pretty much on the street. That was one of the things that kept me very much down to earth.
But all the boys are like that. They think that way. They don't think like, oh well, you know, we must, you know, change and synthesize it. It doesn't go on. I mean, they'll play "Come On."
Yeah. No matter if we go somewhere, we get back to London, or I mean, Mick, Charlie, I was very interested to check out what's happening, you know, in the local scene.
You can't just go anywhere you want.
Yeah, you can. We do, because we say, if I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go there. I'll put up with if there's hassles, and I'll run for it.
The only time you run is when someone's chasing you.
Yeah.
One of the greatest quotes. The only time I run is when someone's chasing me.
When you're not on tour, it's a lot easier too.
Yeah. But you know, you guys can't walk anywhere without being recognized. I find it hard to believe that you can just walk into a club.
It's a matter of how you deal with being recognized. But you know, so you can call it out. You know, it's just a matter of your attitude to it. I mean, if you put 4 bodyguards and say no autographs and that, then don't go out, because it's no fun. But, you know, you usually find you meet a few interesting people that way that you wouldn't. You know, after all, if you're on tour visiting countries and cities, one of the things you're going to get out of it is to meet a few people that actually live there. You know, otherwise you're in a total capsule. You know.
You brought up yourself the heavy drugs. Now that those days are behind you.
I brought them up several times.
Has it changed? Your writing, has it changed your
I don't know so much if it's changed the music. I'm probably the last one to say that. I mean, it's just changed the way I live a lot, because I don't have to worry about all that. I don't have to, you know, eventually, you know,
it's improved.
All my friends aren't junkies anymore. Which is what happens when you're on that stuff.
Right. You're able to do songs all the way through now.
Yeah.
Was there
ever rushing up for breaks?
We couldn't finish a song?
No.
We did, but took a nap.
I would sometimes go on too long, you know, if you're just sort of get carried away.
Yeah.
The studio,
on stage, never had any...
No, I was always very conscious when we went on the tours, and I would always try and make sure that I was cleaned up for all that. It was coming off of tours that used to drug me, because all that adrenaline and working, it was, you know, you get used to it, and then suddenly, boom, 24 hours, it's all stopped.
That's where we get into trouble. You get bored and you start experimenting with glue.
And all the parasites come around, and you got nothing else to do, and you to get over a tour, it takes a few weeks, sometimes months, you know, just to get, because you're waiting for that piece of paper to come over to the door, which tells you exactly what you're going to do for the day. You're playing, and you know, you're getting all that energy exchange with audiences, and it's always fun to play. And then you get very, very involved with everybody on the tour, the crew, everybody that works with you.
Would you really work in the studio or play live?
If I'm as hot as I am now, I don't know. So anyway, I
think we could arrange that. If we could get the camera on Keith, we could probably get that jacket off.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I want to take my jacket off. See, I didn't want to mess up the interview. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Are we doing tape-wise? We okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
We'll just do a couple more minutes and we'll knock off some.
How you doing, Arnold?
Arnold, you getting on with this?
I've got 3 hours to take.
6-hour tape.
But
So what should we talk about? Maybe some of your favorite videos? See a lot?
I usually use to catch up on movies that I don't get a chance to see. And old classic things, and things like coming out now, like, or over the last couple of years, things like you'd never get a chance to see others, like the stuff on Lenny Bruce and the odd obscure things that you would never get to see if the video thing hadn't have happened, you know.
What about video music? Do you have any particular favorites? There's a certain limited number of people who seem to have the market cornered from the producing and directing standpoint, but there are a lot of very creative videos being done by newer, lesser-known bands.
Yeah, because there's no kind of one level to set precedence from, really.
Yeah,
So
it's a new thing. Anybody who's got ideas can get into that. Obviously, I think every band, every artist, recording artist is going to get more and more into that because it's obviously a new area opening up, you know, and I think you're going to find more and more people involved
I'd really
in it.
love to use it with this band. I think we would make a good creative offering.
I'm sure that the audience out there would love to see a Rolling Stones video of a complete album. Certainly would be a demand for that, I would think. Of course, you have your film coming out soon.
Yeah, that's happening. They're still editing that, but it's coming along. Okay, that was a good gig. I mean, that's the main thing. First off, you've got to have a good gig. Doesn't matter how well you film it or anything if the actual show isn't good, you know. But it was a good show.
The event needs to be captured.
Yeah, and
In this case, it was.
Open air, big Phoenix.
it was Phoenix.
Are we combining the small club thing with Muddy Waters?
I think that
That's
they may
in the movie
be
too.
adding that. So there'll be that real huge event, and also there'll be
Southside Chicago.
Southside Chicago blues stuff with Buddy Guy, and
Checkerboard.
good
30 people, you know.
a good contrast.
So you toured America last year for over, 50 dates. Took a short break, released a live record, you're back on tour in Europe, and you got a movie coming out. Busy.
Yeah, that was the year that was. You know, by the time this tour finishes, I realise that we've been doing the show, either listening to it on tape, you know, or actually doing the show for a year. August, we started rehearsing.
This is probably the busiest year ever for you.
Yeah, about time. We've been far too lazy.
You get bored?
Yeah, well, you know, yeah.
4 tops.
Yeah.
People get used, you know, after if you don't do something for a while, everybody thinks that that's the natural pace to go, and this band, in this last year, has really hit a stride where
Nobody knows where anyone else is.
but in actual fact, working is the best thing for it because it's actually pushed us forward a little, you know, rather than stopping and starting, which is where you just peak and then you start again and just reach the same peak and then stop. And
When we were last in the studio, right? You said the other day we haven't been in since.
we haven't cut new tracks since '79. The one thing is that you can't, apparently it seems you can't do these tours and record at the same time, you know. So the next thing, obviously, after this is a new studio album, you know, start working.
So you're starting to fall on the studio.
Yeah, let's start.
Bob came out and did the still life, actual live date truck recording and saw it through in the studio. Final stage was right up to the mix, you know. So the same one man in a tent.
I don't know if Bob will be doing this
No, I don't think it's necessary
next
now.
studio one, although he may well, you know.
I thought you meant live, yeah. He's very good, man.
No, he's just doing it, and you know, studio album's the next thing we've got to do. Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you have songs ready for this record now?
You
Yeah.
already said Munich Hill, you know,
After-
lots of that kind of
After
thing.
3 years not being in the studio, yeah, there's lots of ideas, yeah.
Another thing that crossed my mind on stage and playing here in Paris today was just on one of the bridges.
Am I awake?
Gates.
Am I awake yet?
Yes, those studios with Pavé Marconi and
Which is, yeah.
Boulogne-Billancourt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we made most of the songs of the newer stuff that we played today, you know, like Whip
Some
Comes
girls
Down.
on. Some.
Oh, you've recorded more in Paris probably than anywhere, yes?
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah, Beast of
At least recently, Munich used to be our recording base in the mid '70s.
So do you think the next record will be done here in Paris?
I think so. Yeah.
Seems to work.
What can we look for on that record? Any idea at this point, or is it too early?
We have no
You don't know
idea.
till you get there.
It shapes itself as it goes along. You know. You can never tell.
So whose idea was it to redo the Smokey Robinson song?
Mick and I have sort of been bashing that one out in hotel rooms for ever since Smokey brought it out, I think. And
I used to play it in my first group, I remembered the other day. So, like,
yeah, so
years.
it was a song that we all knew and sort of used to bash out in dressing rooms to sort of warm up.
And when we're rehearsing too, we're always breaking out into rashes, no, into songs from the past between rehearsing a song for stage, you know, like something that says, bang, bang, bang.
I always say
Old Eddie Cochran.
that was a song we wish we'd done then, you know, and eventually
Go
that
came
happened.
about as well, like that, a presentation again.
Although how it actually happens that we end up doing it now, I can't really say. It's just one of those things, you know. We play it through a couple of times, and everybody says, "Wow, yeah, we actually got it down." You know, let's try it out. Yeah.
Could have been Sweets for My Sweet. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That was a high contender. But we never played it since rehearsals in
Next time.
America.
Do it in the
Yeah.
studio. I'm trying to think, has there ever been an old song that was a smash that you could have redone in the studio?
Tallahassee Lassie would have been if we'd
Yeah.
ever released it. But, you know, that's
We have some potential ones in the can,
nice.
I think, but nothing that we've ever brought out. Although, I mean, I guess Time Is on My Side was, I mean, that was a minor hit for Irma Thomas, you know. And it was a minor hit for us, too.
I was playing the brass part to Otis Redding's Satisfaction when we did it, so I was going...
Nifty fingering for that kind of show run.
Right, as soon as you looked at me, I thought that, oh, calm down, man.
Well, listen, thanks for taking the time, and
Pleasure.
boo-hoo, good luck on the remainder of this tour.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.